when you finally get certified, this is a certificate you're going to get. This is a sample of certificate. You have a certificate that helps you with the certificate number. This is all controlled. Alright, the name of the building, your rating grade, and the validity period. Right, we have a validity period of 3 years. Okay, the green cost in ringgit, the green cost is in the certificate 1. This is where your tax incentive comes in. Right, the professional certified, even the green building index is certified, and this is the certificate you submit to your RRB to get your tax incentive. You have a breakdown of green cost to each of the six criteria is required by the Treasury. These are MOF discussed and so on. So this is how it's going to be presented. And the owner and the key consultant's name are also listed. And finally, this certificate is signed by the government body, the president of the Board of Architects, which is a government body. So it's linked to the government. That's how it's done. And for stamp duty and so on, especially individual units, condominium, for example, an individual DBR certificate is issued, and the green cost is also there. Right, so they can go for there's a stamp duty exemption. Okay, this reflects the whole process of certification. I think I've taken enough time, except to end up by saying that the Green Building Index is a world-class tool. Right, it's very demonstrated, it's very proven. Okay, if you ever get your building certified, what it actually implies is that you have actually demonstrated good practice. If you get the silver rating, you have demonstrated excellent practice. And if you ever get a gold, you are of national excellence, you're top in the country. And if you ever get platinum, this is very tough. You can stand at par with anyone in the world. And this is no what you call it, a false claim. It's been tested. It is very tough to get platinum. Okay, and already we have certified only one certified building. The rest are all DA certified. That means design. They are still being constructed and verified. There's quite a number already. I think at least I believe 8 are already posted on the website. There are more all in the process certification. And the only one that's got a final certificate because it's completed is a PDM Joe building. Of course, I think there's a name there. And you only notice that it only achieved certified the lowest level. Why? Because at that time it was designed for EE and it just scored full points of EE, but it's never designed for green. If they upgrade it, they will get higher straight away, so they can achieve it. It just going to show how holistic this tool is. So I think with that, thank you very much.
Third year, the auditors will come back again, like any management system and recertify. How does the renewal process do?
Okay. The certificate is valid for 3 years, and we look just now at the retail criteria. Right? We even have a criteria there called unique for Malaysia, called sustainable maintenance. You know our habit of maintenance here, horrible. So we have a criteria there called sustainable maintenance. We don't even talk about maintenance, so how sustainable it is. And one of the things there is that you must even present a 3-year budget and manpower on how you're going to maintain the whole building. Right? 3 years so that you have a fighting chance of maintaining it and maintaining the building green. And 3 years later, you come in, you have to renew it, otherwise your building is no more rated. And yes, renewal, if you just want to renew it, since you're maintaining, the renewal is quite simple because you look at all the key index that you have provided. For example, your energy consumption, your water consumption, even your IEQ, your air quality, and so on. Right, all these key things. Unless you change anything, then there's recommissioning and so on if needed. They change anything. So these are the keys, much simpler. The only thing is that we have not even the top on this because it's 3 years. No building has reached that yet. Right? Yes.
Just a food for thought. Hate to sound negative. Maybe you should say a 10-year roadmap because commercial basis, some state of some condos here. After 3 years, nothing is done. We may want to modify it, say 10 years maintenance, so that at least.
Now we are settled with 3 years. No point putting 10 years because every 3 years we come back. So you have a maintenance schedule for 3 years, you come back, so it's good enough. If 10 years, you come back every 10 years, too late. It's every 3 years we are coming back. This is what we stated. And I mean, I believe that it's working well because Singapore has adopted the same. Other countries should be looking at it. Right? So I think we don't try to overdo it. We get it right. That is a practical approach. Okay. And what's the other thing? I lost my thought there. Okay. It just reminds me of something. Because in 2009, I visited Hyderabad and visited India's first LEED Platinum building. You know, Hyderabad, they achieved LEED Platinum for one building called the Godrej Tree building. They achieved it in 2003. Right? The story goes that in 2001, Bill Clinton visited Hyderabad and asked the Indian Prime Minister, do you have any green buildings? The Prime Minister replied, every building in India is green. So obviously he knows what it's all about. After the year, Bill Clinton went on, he assembled all his top architect, engineers and developers. Let's build a green building, world class. And then they decided the fastest way is to adopt LEED USA, because they don't have their own tool. And then they constructed it, and in 2003 they applied for it, and the building became, at that time, the highest scoring LEED Platinum building in the world. They really went all the way. And in 2003, when I visited it, I looked at it, the guy took me around the arm, I asked him, are you going to get this re-rated? Because it's deteriorating so badly. He told me, what for? The certificate is perpetual. You see the problem? That's what's happening to LEED. Right? That's why the criticisms are coming in, and then they are looking at it. And then because of that version 3 in 2009, they also want verification now. And on the other part of it, before I get into ask that question on maintaining green. So far, all the incentives we ask the government are all upfront. It's the people, the developers who are getting it. Right? When you construct green, you get back the rebate and so on. We are of course pursuing other incentives down the line. You have to take a while more, like say Majlis Sepang and so on. Even DPKL are talking, but we're not pushed far enough. We're saying that if a building, you should now reward the end users. If a building can maintain green, can we look at reducing assessment rate and so on? Why not? Because you're going to have less garbage to clean up, everything is lesser and lesser, more efficient. Right? I think it's something that is tough to pursue because it's on local authorities level, it's on their actual income. So we will pursue on that. So these are the things that should be worth doing. Okay, anything else?
Sorry, my question was, what if someone just uses GBI as a platform to sell 3 years later, once they sell, they just not bother to renew and will deteriorate?
Yeah, then you're no more rated. That's it. You're no more rated, you're off our radar. Because every 3 years, if you don't rate, you're off. Taken off. You're no more, not claimed to be green GBI rated building anymore. All right, and it will happen because commercial buildings have more reason to keep it on. Right? But residential, if you don't have a combined cooperative and common management, go for you on the rate it. Right? You can see that. That's the reason why you can see existing building really came up with a non-residential existing building tool first. You look at residential, you think there's going to be demand. Right? We want to rate it. So these are things already debated. Okay. By the way, of course, we're coming up with new tools, but basically our tools are very generic. Okay, like the commercial tool can use for any sort of building, just that we have bespoke adjustment for criteria. In fact, we just had a meeting with Shopping Complex Association. All right, we really adjusted some of the criteria to suit shopping complex because they don't run the same hours in office and so on. So there are bespoke requirements to fix in of each one, and these are all in the FAQ on the website. Okay, anything else? Everybody's an expert on that already after 20 minutes. Okay, but feel free because the brochure has a website and also an email address there. If you have any query, you can always write in and ask. All right, otherwise, thank you.